What's up, guys? Top of the morning. It is St. Patrick's Day and we are celebrating. So first of all, I'm gonna quickly do my usual 4 holidays, and I'm gonna run through the Wikipedia page very quickly. So first and foremost, St. Patrick's Day is a cultural and religious celebration held on 17th of March. The traditional death date of St. Patrick, who is the foremost patron saint of Ireland. Sorry, getting messages. St. Patrick's Day was made the official Christian feast day, or made an official Christian feast day rather, in the early 17th century. It is observed by the Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, especially the Church of Ireland, Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Lutheran Church. It commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland, and commemorates the heritage and culture of the Irish in general. Celebrations generally involve public parades and festivals. I do not know how to pronounce that word. How are we pronouncing that? Céilís, cool. Which are a traditional Scottish or Irish social gathering. And the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. Christians who belonged to liturgical denominations also attend church services, and historically the Lenten restrictions on eating and drinking alcohol are lifted for the day, which has encouraged and propagated the holiday's tradition of alcohol consumption. And it's not surprising, considering that you can actually find quite a number of different Irish alcohols even in Australia. It's a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador, and the British Overseas Territory of Montserrat. It is also widely celebrated in the UK, Canada, United States, Brazil, Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand, especially among Irish diaspora. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in more countries than any other national festival. Modern celebrations have been greatly influenced by those of the Irish diaspora, particularly those that developed in North America. However, there has been criticism of St. Patrick's Day celebrations for having become too commercialised and for fostering negative stereotypes of the Irish people. Now, I don't want to focus too much on St. Patrick himself, because I do have my own plans for today. I'm actually at the moment trying to put together an original character cosplay, and just by pure chance, green is one of the main colours. So we're going to go and see if we can get some pieces for that today. I'm allowed 1 drink a day with my medication, and today I really want to have a good Irish drink. So I'm thinking I'm going to go and get probably a bottle of Jameson. It's where I'm at the moment, but there are some other options. I'll get into those in a second. So, celebrations and traditions according to Wikipedia. Today, St. Patrick's Day celebrations have been greatly influenced by those that developed among the Irish diaspora. We've already done all of this. There are also formal gatherings such as banquets and dances, although these were more common in the past. St. Patrick's Day parades began in North America in the 18th century, but did not spread to Ireland until the 20th century. The participants generally include marching bands, the military, fire brigades, cultural organisations, charitable organisations, voluntary associations, youth groups, fraternities, and so on. However, over time, many of the parades have become more akin to a carnival. More effort has been made to use the Irish language, especially in Ireland, where the week of St. Patrick's Day is the Irish Language Week. So since 2010, famous landmarks have been lit up green on St. Patrick's Day as a part of Tourism Ireland's Global Greening Initiative, or Going Green for St. Patrick's Day. The Sydney Opera House and the Sky Tower in Auckland were the first landmarks to participate, and since then over 300 landmarks in 50 countries across the globe have gone green for St. Patrick's Day. So that's going to be something to look forward to on the news tonight. Christians may also attend church services. We've already been through that. I will get to the Christian side of things because it is a part of it. Let's go to the most notable thing, wearing green. So on St. Patrick's Day, it's customary to wear shamrocks, green clothing, or green accessories. St. Patrick is said to have used the shamrock, a three-leaved plant, to explain the Holy Trinity to the pagan Irish. Now that story first appears in writing in 1726, but it could be older and just have been before then a verbal story passed down from generation to generation. However, in pagan Ireland, 3 was already a significant number, and the Irish had many triple deities in the Tuatha Dé Danann, which is their pantheon of gods. Brigid is one of them. She's the one celebrated in bulk, and both Saint Brigid, who many sort of relate to the goddess Brigid, and St. Patrick were brought up in my Valentine's Day video as well, so there is a connection between the two, as well as the Morrigan, which is part of the inspiration behind my original character cosplay that I'm making. She is the goddess of death in that, and she's followed around by a crow. There are others, but those are the 2 that I can think of just off the top of my head. But the fact that they had those triple deities may have aided St. Patrick in his evangelization efforts. The first association of the colour green with Ireland is from the 11th century pseudo-historical book Le Bourg Gabala Arène, the Book of the Taking of Ireland, which forms part of the mythological cycle in Irish mythology and describes the story of Guido Glass, who is credited as the eponymous ancestor of the Gaels and the creator of the Irish, Scottish Gaelic and Manx languages. In the story, Guido Glass was bitten by a snake and saved from death by Moses, who placed his staff on the snake bite. As a reminder of the incident, he would retain a green mark from where the poison entered his body, and he would then lead his people into a land that would be free of snakes, which is, you can actually look this up, there are no snakes endemic to Ireland. This is emphasised in his name, Guido, which was angelicized to form the word Gaelic, letting us know sort of the Gaels and Gaelic culture and stuff. And glass is the Irish word for green. Another story from Le Bourg Gabala Arène, written after the adventures of Guido Glass, refers to Ith climbing the tower in reference to the Tower of Hercules. His father Brigan builds in Brigantia, modern day Corunna in Galicia, Spain, on a winter's day, and is so captivated by the sight of a beautiful green island in the distance that he must set sail immediately. His story also introduces 3 national personifications of Ireland, Ban Bofodla and Eriu, who are also goddesses in pagan Irish mythology. They are the goddesses associated with the 3 islands of Ireland itself, with Eriu, or sometimes it's written as Erin, being Ireland. In fact, the name Erin, I'm pretty sure to this day still sort of means island. The colour green is then further associated with Ireland in the 1640s, when the Green Heart flag was used by the Irish Catholic Confederation. Green ribbons and shamrocks have been worn on St. Patrick's Day since at least the 1680s. The Friendly Brothers of St. Patrick, an Irish fraternity, founded in about 1750, adopted green as its colour. However, when the Order of St. Patrick's, an Anglo-Irish chivalric order, was founded in 1783, it adopted blue as its colour, which led to blue being associated with St. Patrick. during the 1790s, green would become associated with Irish nationalism due to its use by the United Irishmen. This was a republic organisation mostly led by Protestants, but with many Catholic members, who launched a rebellion in 1798 against British rule. The phrase "wearing of the green" comes from the song of the same name, which laments United Irishmen supporters being persecuted for wearing green. The late 19th century and early 20th centuries have seen re-emergence of Irish cultural symbols such as the Irish language, Irish mythology, the colour green, and that's all through the Gaelic revival and the Irish literary revival, which served to stir some Irish nationalist sentiment. Promise we're almost done. The influence of green was more prominently observable in the flags of the 1916 Easter Rising, such as the Sunburst flag, the Starry Tower banner, and the Proclamation flag of the Irish Republic, which was flown over the General Post Office in Dublin, together with the Irish tricolour, of which green is one of its colours. Throughout the centuries, the colour green and its association with St. Patrick's Day grew, and then the wearing of the St. Patrick's Day cross was also a popular custom in Ireland until the early 20th century. These were a Celtic Christian cross made of paper that was covered with silk or ribbon of different colours and a bunch or rosette of green silk in the centre. And that's probably about as much as I'll read from that. I will leave the link down below if you want to check it out yourself. But as I said before, I have some things that I got to get done in town, so we're going to go and we're going to our best attempts, vlog it all. So let's get going. Alright, so I've just been shopping in town here. I got a big old 70 bag full of goodies. Not able to find what I was looking for as far as the clothing and stuff goes for my cosplay. And another place I can think of is going to be down in Foster, so I'm currently heading down there. Hopefully we'll vlog a bit more there, but I definitely have a much clearer idea of what I'm going for now, which is good. So yeah, hopefully this all works out, and I can show you guys my cosplay soon, or at least sort of show you what I'm hoping it will look like. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna show you guys what I got when I get home properly. So for now, I'm going to head down to Foster and see what they got down there. Okay, so as you can see from that last shot, the only green clothes I could find are in the women's section, so that's not happening. I think I'm going to have to go with the little plan I came up with back in Atari. So this was almost a failed attempt. Oh well. I've got some more stuff anyway for St. Patrick's Day, and it's almost the time to go home. I'm just going to go around and see one of my mates for a couple of minutes, and I'll be on my way home, and then we'll have a big haul and stuff when I get home. So yeah, I'll see you then. Alright, so I just got done talking to my mate and we're about to head home. It's now after the time when everyone's already at home, so doing the haul is going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll catch you when I get home. Okay, back home. Let's dig into this little haul that we did today. It's 7:15 now. I had intended to be home about 3 hours ago. Things happen. So that's the main part of the haul. I did also get some Jameson dry and lime. I'm going to enjoy one of those with my brother. And then that's basically me for today as far as alcohol's concerned. I'm going to have that soon so that I can take my tablets later tonight. But this is the goodness. Alright, so I've got some new pops and some new CDs. So let me see if I can find, where's the one CD? Other side. Makes sense. 2, we get price stickers still on them. Not too worried about the other stickers. That's what we're trying to avoid. One. I suppose I can go back in there. Yeah. Throwing the bag out or reusing it or whatever. That one just came right off. Real nice. Alright. So we've got some script. Wow, they are very reflective on the front. But we've got some script. That's 2017, 2019, I believe, are the years of release. They're probably in the back here somewhere. God, I'm good. 2017, 2019. Which means that that's their latest one. And so far my favourite song of this album is Run Through Walls. I do really like that. But they are an Irish band, and these are the only 2 CDs that I needed. In total, 2 of these collectively only cost me $25, which I thought was an absolute steal. I now have their entire discography on the CD, which is great. I do thoroughly enjoy their music, so them being Irish and it being a national celebration of Ireland was a good enough excuse to finish the discography. I did also get, let's take his price stickers off. What streaming service did I watch this on? Amazon Prime. It was one of those. But it's an American Gods pop, and if we're going with the theme of today, anyone that's watched the show can probably already guess who it is, but it is the leprechaun Mad Sweeney, who is actually the Irish god Lugh. I'm almost certain it's Lugh, and he is a war god, which is really cool. But I like that he's got like his magic coins in his hands, and yeah, he's kind of cool. So I have time to set my door. It's all good. Last but not least, big one. Saw it there, and I was like, I'm not gonna ever see this again. I need to get it. It's babies. So there we go with the rest of my dragon pops. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You want to be notified when I upload new videos. Let me know how you celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the comments down below, and don't forget
Yeah, it's a good one.